Good morning. We'd like to acknowledge that we are currently recording from the traditional territory of Fort William First Nation and Nipkiwaju, and we would like to welcome you to the first day of the Lakehead University Principal Qualification Part 1 course. My name is Denise Baxter. I'm one of the instructors.
My name is Christy Radborn. I'm also one of the instructors.
And we would just like to say welcome. You've taken a big step today, committing to this 3-month journey and another step in your formal leadership education. So congratulations for taking that step.
Yes, congratulations. So we'll just start with a little bit about each of ourselves. I'm a principal with the Lakehead District School Board here in Thunder Bay. I'm currently the principal of Valley Central School, and I've been a principal with the board for 5 years now. This is going into my 5th year. And previous to that, I was a vice principal for 3 years. I also am doing my doctoral work with Lakehead University and Brock and Windsor in the joint PhD program. I did get my master's from LU as well. I have 2 children who keep me quite busy, teenagers both. So you'll hear me maybe mention them as well. We understand that you also have busy schedules because of that. And that is a little bit about myself.
And I'm Denise. I'm currently the principal of Lakehead Adult Education and Continuing Education Department, so working with students 18 and over. I'm in my 11th year as a principal, and I had 1 year as a vice principal prior to that. I've worked in First Nations schools, public schools, secondary private schools, and now in the world of adult education. I have also 2 kids, one in high school, one in elementary school, and keep us quite busy with life in general. A couple dogs, a couple cats, or a bit of an animal house at times. And I must say I love this job. I love this work. I've been doing it for just under half of my career, of 20 plus years. Goes by quickly. But I must say it is one of the most rewarding options that I've ever experienced as in my adult life. So.
And yeah, that said, it is a lot of work. You're often working late hours, and you put a lot of time in that's not on quota clock as being a principal or even a vice principal. And you'll see that the course is going to challenge you in that direction as well. There is a lot of material and a lot of information to cover. A few things. Week 1, each module will be 1 week, and you'll see a video from us usually at the conclusion of modules, and we like to sum up some of the learning that we've seen, read from your discussions. We may add points that we have observed throughout the course or throughout that discussion module. One of the things I want to make pretty clear, and I think Denise as well, is that the significant portion of learning from this course comes from the discussion you will engage in with your peers. And they will be adding not only their thoughts and their ideas, they'll add reflections that they have from experienced leaders they've worked with. They'll also add resources, and we find that we ourselves learn along with you. So we strongly encourage you to spend the time and focus on those discussion module pieces. Think very carefully about your responses and ensure that they're really deeply seated in the material and the experiences that you have outside of the course.
And we also have several textbooks and 1 magazine that we'd like you to engage with. If you are living outside of the country and it makes it a little more challenging to get your hands on the Carswell, which is the Acts and Regulations, you can use e-laws as an option to access some of that information. The benefit of having the textbook is you actually get a big fat book about that big that every year gets updated, and you actually see all the other laws that are related to education, such as child welfare, for example, being one of them, that wouldn't necessarily be under the Education Act specifically. So we would encourage you to make sure that you get those books if you don't already have them, and we do use them for both Part 1 and Part 2. So you'll put the money up front to get those resources, if you can borrow them, however you need to get them, and then you'll be also using them for Part 2 as well.
An additional resource that you'll be examining is called the EQI, that's Emotional Quotient Intelligence Test. It is through a company called MHS, Mental Health Systems. We have provided it's both in the news, and it's also in Module 1.8 for Part 1 and Module 1.9 for Part 2, the link. And you will follow the link to the website, and you will be requested to do a test, a series of questions, multiple choice questions. Will take you roughly 20 to 40 minutes, depending on how long you sit for them. Once they're completed, there is a format for you to pay for that. The university will reimburse you the cost of your EQI exam. There's also a format and instructions to follow with regard to getting your reimbursement for your payment. Once you have taken the test and you have paid for it, you'll receive a leadership report through Colleen Woods, and she's our admin assistant for the course. So Colleen will then send you the leadership report. It is one of the critical things, one of the critical pieces of this course, and actually the Ontario College of Teachers' new updated PQP requirements require that all new candidates look at the emotional intelligence piece and how it applies to the job with regard to the new personal resources piece of the framework. So we encourage you to get that done as quickly as possible. You will find hopefully some really great insights into your own personality, your own leadership styles, your own learning styles, and you'll be able to identify strengths, and you'll also be able to identify areas for growth, and hopefully you'll get an opportunity in this course to examine those areas for growth.
One of the other key things that's required by the Ontario College of Teachers is that you must complete 125 hours for this course at a minimum. So we do have posted a template that you can use that one of our students, Frank Samuels, created. And in it you put down the module, how many hours you spent, and what you did. And then it will keep a running total. So at the end of the course, when you submit it in the Dropbox, it should read 125 or more hours. If you do not complete 125 hours, we cannot grant the credit. So that is very critical that that be kept up to date. And so download that Google Doc for yourself, fill it all out as you go along, and then send it through to the end. The other thing that we would like to encourage you to do is communicate. We understand that life happens. It happens to all of us, all around us, every single day. And sometimes things come up in your life that may require you to take a week off or a few days, and you may want to be really rethinking your use of time. So if you can let us know that something's come up, or in the last course we had several people that had was a big religious holiday fall. So they had certain days or a few day periods where they were off for holy days. So just let us know of those things so that if we don't see you, we're not worried, and we're not pestering you, but we know that you'll be off for 2 days, for instance, or 3 days, and then let us know when you're back.
So you'll also find that as you log into the course, the entire course is available and open to you. However, the learning is scaffolded in this case, and that means that we begin at the beginning, and we expect that we build upon each other's ideas and conversations and the resources that we've provided, and the topics build as you go. So please do not post ahead. We do not wish you to be working ahead of time. The course is open and provided for you so that you may make some decisions, and maybe some people like to map out their learning and map out their time ahead of time, and that is an opportunity for you to do so. But we will not look at, nor will we comment on discussion posts that are posted ahead of modules, significantly ahead of modules. If we're at the last day of Module 1 and you're posting in Module 2, that's understandable. But if you're posting in Module 6, today or tomorrow, we will not be entertaining those discussion pieces, because the course is scaffolded to keep you, to help you learn as you go and to build off of others' comments and discussions.
In part one, one of the things that you'll be having to do is we have Pam Agawa, who is a system leader, school leader, but system leader with First Nations, Métis, and Inuit, or Indigenous education with the Peel District School Board. She's going to be one of our guests that you'll see, I believe, in Module 3.
Yes.
So she will have an updated video that we'll be posting, and then you'll be interacting via Twitter with her. So all that information will be there for the module if you don't currently have a Twitter account. Both Christy and I use Twitter as a mode of our professional learning communication with the outside world, and so we'll post our Twitter accounts up there as well for you to have a look at and follow. And we use hashtag LUPQP1, so that's the hashtag that we use with our course. So that being said, this video will be up today, and welcome to day 1 of your PQP1 course.
Welcome.